It's a show. It's
happening.
It is.
It's our show tonight. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's a lot of pressure.
Oh, Jesus. How we do this? Where's KK when we need him? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Call in the Ring. Ding, ding. I'm Johnny Parker. This is...
The Tony Sanchez. Is that a thing we have to do? The ding, ding? Oh, gosh. What's happening? You shut your mouth, computer. Sorry.
Sorry about that. So, welcome, everybody. So, check it out. We're here tonight. We're going to be going through some of our wrestling news, talking about Raw and Smackdown as always. And there's a lot of stuff that's happening this week. We're building up to the road to WrestleMania. What are you looking forward to, T?
Long road. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania because it just seems like every week passes and yet it's just like another week that's like passed by and it's like, wait, WrestleMania still isn't here? I'm impatient that way. This whole like... And the fact that things just keep on happening, it's like, but we already know how pretty much, like, don't we have, like, the full slate for WrestleMania right now?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, we have the full slate, but it doesn't really feel like it. Like, even though it's WrestleMania season, it doesn't feel like it.
No,
like,
it doesn't.
I'm not excited at all, really.
No.
There's a couple things I'm like, well, I kind of want to see that, but at the same time, I'm like, eh. Like, to be honest with you, I was more excited for the New Japan show in Long Beach this weekend with the Young Bucks versus the Golden Lovers. That had me more excited than WrestleMania.
Somebody went, didn't invite me. That's fine.
I know.
Whatever.
That's how you roll. That's how you roll. We're
Whatever.
not going to call any names, Junior, but some people just be doing things like that and don't tell their friends.
Junior's on my shit list.
He's on a few people's shit list right now. Okay, so let's get to it.
Hey.
All right, so first off, wrestling news.
Yes.
So first off, Shane McMahon. There was a segment last week a couple weeks ago where Shane said he was going to go on like a self-imposed like suspension in a way. He was going to leave SmackDown for a while after interfering in the last pay-per-view. And the following Tuesday, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out, beat the crap out of him, like hit him with chairs, like legit like kick in the face, hell of a kick and everything like that. Then they went backstage, power bombed him into like a metal like railing and everything like that. And he's on the ground like literally gasping. We're like like selling the shit out of it. And we're like, okay, good job, Shane. He's like selling this and everything like that. But then we find out today or over this weekend that Shane is actually really injured. So apparently he went on vacation with his family, Aruba or somewhere in the Caribbean. And apparently what happened is he got a bacterial infection. And because of that, he was hospitalized for 6 days. And then he had to be flown to New York where he was further hospitalized. And right now, we don't know. Like, they're saying he's still enrolled for WrestleMania, but right now, it's up in the air about whether or not he'll be ready.
So when you say you don't know or we don't know, like Shane McMahon could possibly die? Or is that just like a thing where he's just going to be out for the rest of the year? Or at least a lot of time?
Well...
Oh my God, no!
No. So Shane is on the way to recovery.
Okay.
We don't know whether or not he'll be at WrestleMania. They're saying that he is. And I mean, the thing about it is, though, as the boss's son, as the McMahon, as somebody who kind of wants to take over this company, I think he's going to push himself to be there.
Okay.
How smart is that? I'm not really sure. I'm not really going to comment on. But he's going to be passionate about making sure he shows up.
Wrestling is not the business for smart decisions and for safe decisions. That's just not what the business was built on. So, yeah, I think he'll be there, barring, death.
And I mean, to be honest with you, I agree with you, because I think if we think about Shane's career, those same things can be said about his career. There's never a match where he hasn't jumped off something where nearly died. So, if there's somebody who doesn't care for safety,
there are so many times where I'm just like, this is it. This is when this is how he dies.
Exactly,
oh, God.
Exactly.
If somebody the next day were to tell me, like, Shane McMahon died in the ring, I'm like, the way he would have wanted it. It's the way he would have wanted it. God bless him.
I would not be surprised. Like, I pretty much think Vince already has that like tombstone made. It just says he died doing what he loved.
This is what he wanted. Off shit. Oh my God. Oh no, we don't want that. But yeah, he does seem like the kind of person who would just go ahead and just the hell with his own safety, his own health. Sign something. Promise not to sue you. It's fine. Like, don't worry about these McMahon lawyers. It's going to be okay. Just let me go. So, yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Like, I'm making sure, like the following night on Raw, like, you know how usually when somebody passes or something happens, they do that whole, like, 10 dings, everything. Everyone's out there sad. I think most people would be out there like, yeah, makes sense. We all knew it.
No,
like,
Shane McMahon would be the dude who would write it in his will, like, I don't want the sad, like, 10 dings in the bell. I'm like, I want just full confetti cannons going for the full hour of Raw. Just beer, liquor, give it to the 5-year-olds, the 4-year-olds. I just want a grand old party wherever that is.
It's like every 10 minutes the cannon goes off, but every 10 minutes also rises higher and higher. So by the end of the night, it's just like, boom! It's like coming down to people like bricks, like, this isn't safe. It's the way Shane would have wanted it.
But he would be that dude. Like, you got that one friend that's like, oh, my funeral's going to be a party. Shane McMahon would actually make that shit happen.
I agree. I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But speedy recovery to Shane. So
hope to see you at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Get better soon. Okay, second piece of news, AJ Styles was legitimately injured. AJ Styles is supposed to face Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania, got injured during a house show.
Yes.
Was like limping off to the backstage area, Steph Curry style. But apparently AJ Styles here is faster than Steph Curry because he's on the road to recovery and he's going to be on track for WrestleMania. So right now, they're saying that he's wrestling house shows again. And
when you say injured and you say limping, what does that mean? Like,
so we didn't get like full details, but it looked like a pretty serious like ankle, like muscle injury or something along those lines.
Okay.
But the thing about this was that he's been wrestling house shows again, and WWE's actually been really smart. He didn't wrestle tonight on SmackDown, so they're saving him as much as they can for WrestleMania, give him time like to get his body together.
Okay.
All right.
So it's just like what, like a sprain or a pull or
we
just
don't know. They
like
really go into detail. It was like an ankle injury, something along those lines. It was just something in his leg that like slowed him down. And for someone like AJ Styles who jumps off shit, not as much as Shane, but pretty up there, they needed to make sure he was okay. All right, and then our last piece of news, the Fabulous Moolah Tournament is no longer the Fabulous Moolah Tournament. So apparently, I didn't know about this. KK had me put me on this last week. So apparently, Fabulous Moolah was really, really shady back in the day. So apparently, she was doing things where she was prostituting out the girls, giving them drugs, like just pretty much just like Vince McMahon before Vince McMahon knew how to do things. She was really just the evil person in the business.
Okay.
So when they announced it was going to be called the Fabulous Moolah like Battle Royale, people went crazy. People came out the woodwork saying this is wrong. You know what this woman did to people. People are still scarred by it. So WWE listened to their fans.
Okay.
Listened to their sponsors who contacted them and said, wait, is this true? And they changed the name. So now it's going to be the Women's Battle Royale.
Okay. I mean, I did not know any of that.
Neither did I. I was kind of excited. I remember we used to see her like back then, like the 2000s. Like, oh, it's Moolah. She's so old and cute. Oh, had no idea she was like pimping hoes. Like shit, damn. Snooze.
I mean, okay. It's all right. It's a smart move because you want to go ahead and remove yourself from controversy. So I'm not mad about the name change. But for real, that's happening. That's confirmed. That's like. Or is, okay.
She did this stuff like pretty much they're saying that she's the reason that women's wrestling was the way it is. She held back women's wrestling. Like women wrestle like they wrestle now, like as legit competitors. But then something happened and Moolah held back a lot of people's careers. Like again, got these girls in on pain medications and all this stuff, and they're saying she was the reason for I guess the women's de-evolution, de-revolution, something along those lines.
De-evolution.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
The growth stunting, yeah. Okay, stunted the growth. So wait, are there going to be any further repercussions?
I don't know.
Because she is a Hall of Famer. Then again, we could go ahead and go back to a whole litany of people who are in that Hall of Fame that maybe did some not so great shit. So I mean,
I mean, low key, like pretty much most of the WWE Hall of Fame is like the Dallas Cowboys team roster. Everybody's got a felony. Everybody.
America's team.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, but getting on.
Yeah,
on the road to WrestleMania.
That's shocking. I don't know what to feel about that, but yeah, what do you guys feel about it? Because honestly, I don't really know how to feel. So maybe if you guys start bouncing some opinions and thoughts at me, I might be able to actually discover how I feel. So do me a service and go ahead and drop that into the chat. What you think about the whole Fabulous Moolah scandal? And we were moving on to the next topic, though. Yep. So for sure, let us know in the comments. And by the way, Ryan Earl Wizard Rider, thank you for the shirt. Oh yeah, he's loving the shirt. Okay, so moving on. So this week on Raw leading up to WrestleMania, we'll talk about our overall thoughts of it, but I'm not that excited for it. But Raw tried to kick off on a good note. So it started off with Paul Heyman coming out with Brock Lesnar. After the beating Roman Reigns took last week, they came and addressed the beating. Paul Heyman did one of his like... Paul, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, continue, but it's just like Paul's it. Okay, great. Yeah, he also got a haircut too. He did. What is that? A ponytail. Oh, someone told him it was 2018. He belongs in a douchey ponytail, though. Does he though? Listen, there are very few people. It's like I need to be able to identify you on sight, who you are. That douchey ponytail was him. Well, I'll give you that. Yeah. Was it a great look? No. Yeah. Nobody should ever have a douchey ponytail. But just for the pure identification purposes, absolutely. You know, it's kind of sad because like I kind of feel that in all of our hearts, ECW was still alive because of that ponytail. And by him cutting that ponytail, it's confirmed now ECW is gone. ECW has officially died. That's so sad.
Okay, so going back to Raw. So
yes.
Paul Heyman comes out, cuts one of his usual Brock Lesnar promos. He's the conqueror. He's going to be Roman Reigns. Blah, blah, blah. You're setting yourself for failure.
Yep.
It was a little bit interesting because he says, you know what? It's not Brock's fault for the beating you took last week. You know whose fault it is, Roman? It's your father's. It's your uncles. It's all of your Samoan family who told you that who taught you could win, who taught you should always fight, who taught you all this stuff. They're the reason that you lost last week, that you got your butt beat, because instead of bowing down to the conqueror, you stood up and fought, and you got what you deserved, pretty much.
Listen, I don't want to tell you how to cut a promo. However, I don't think that provoking the entire island of Samoa is the way to do it. Because I don't know if you've taken a gander at the island of Samoa. Those are not tiny people, okay? Those are not timid people. Those are people that literally used to cannibalize their enemies way back when, okay? They thought that the ultimate insult to an enemy was to go ahead and eat them so that way they would literally shit them out. You want to go ahead and start saying that? And okay. Go ahead, Paul. Yeah,
I guess. Do what you do.
Do you,
Notice he didn't cut that promo in California. Like, nowhere near a large population of Samoans. He knew what would happen. There would have been like 20 Samoans like in the audience like, we going to the ring. Time to do what we do.
For real. I don't... Your dads, your uncles, your cousins, your entire family. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Roman's family is the entire fucking island of Samoa.
And The Rock.
Yeah.
And The Rock.
Really, dude?
And The Rock.
All right.
Surprised Nia Jax didn't come out. I was like, motherfucker. Like.
Okay. And listen, granted, I've been away for a while. You know this. We all know this. I am not the most caught up on current wrestling events. However, what is happening to Brock Lesnar?
What do you mean?
He looks a little doughy, doesn't he?
Well, I think that's what happens when you only wrestle every 3 months.
Okay. And we're not concerned about that?
Nah.
Do you know what this is? This is the match in Rocky Balboa. You know, when he comes back for that exhibit match, and it's like the heavyweight champion, the current heavyweight champion.
Oh,
but it's a dude who,
when he goes against
what's
Mr. T.
No, not Mr. T. Rocky Balboa, when he's older.
Oh,
and they
when he's
have
like
that
Rocky
charity
5 and everything like Rocky 6?
Yeah.
Oh, when he comes back and fights that match in Vegas and everything like that?
Yeah.
That Rocky where he gets all, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then the young dude is like severely out of shape and shit. Not Tommy the Gun.
No,
this
that
is
was
not
Rocky
Rocky
V.
5. This is Rocky Balboa.
But no, I think you're getting mixed up though because the kid who fought him in Rocky 6 was trying to redeem himself because he went to his coach. It was like, I need to get my credibility back, and so he did that exhibition match with Rocky. It was Rocky 3 where he fought Mr. T, and Rocky got doughy because he got kind of complacent and said, "Remember, Mickey told him Rocky,
the one I'm talking about is Rocky Balboa in 2006.
He wasn't doughy, but he was like out of shape.
He fought Mason the Lion Dixon. That's the kid's name. Yes, this is Rocky Balboa. This is after Rocky 5.
I remember that, yeah.
Rocky
and he was
6.
cocky, but he wasn't doughy though.
Watch that movie again. The guy he is fighting, the young dude, the current heavyweight champion,
who's like doing this fight to kind of get his fighting credibility.
No, because he's like been insulted and shit, and he's like, I can kick Rocky's ass, his old ass, but he doesn't fucking prep for it, and he literally shows up with a fucking pot belly. That's real.
Did he?
Yes, he does.
He was a real boxer.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe the boxer showed him a pot belly in the storyline.
I'm sorry, but that's what this dude looks like. He looks out of shape. He just looks like he's like that dude that once upon a time used to be buff. I don't know. Somebody tell me something differently. Go ahead and disagree because that's what it's looking like to me.
Okay, so I think the thing about it is that Brock, I can see we can.
But what's he doing when he's not wrestling? If he's only wrestling however many times a year, what's he doing then?
Hanging with his wife, Sable.
Seriously?
Pretty much.
That's it?
That's all he got to do. Brock don't like people, so.
But Brock don't have to like people to get in the gym.
I think Brock only gets in the gym for UFC because he takes that seriously, unlike the WWE.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But am I wrong? Is he not? I mean, I just remember him being a lot more defined and cut.
I think you're thinking about Brock when he was younger. Younger Brock when he came in, that was a younger Brock. This Brock, like for the past 2 years, has been kind of like this.
I'll tell you what's real though. The Rock has literally skewed all expectations for wrestlers that age because The Rock has only gotten bigger since he's left the WWE.
That's true, but he's also got more fragile at the same time.
But he's still bigger.
He is, but the thing about this is that he can't do anything because if he throws one punch, he loses 8 muscles.
No, totally agree. However, he still looks better.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I'm just from a completely physical standpoint. This isn't about how he's going to perform in the ring. I'm just saying that, like, wow, that's at least to me, just me coming back into this and looking at these pictures and just like, okay, you look like a buff doughboy. All right.
So he looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy?
Yeah.
Or like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yeah. I can see
that.
Like an emotionless Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I can see that. Roman might have to cross streams to beat him, but I can see that. But what's crazy is though, but you know who also like looks buff, who's good old? Triple H.
Yeah, he does.
Like when Triple H shows up for Mania, he shows up for Mania.
Yeah, he
like
does.
I'm like, are you really over 40?
Yeah,
like good lord, sir. Like
he's never
dad goals. Like come on, I got to give the man credit. He shows up. He's legit.
And I love that about him.
Okay, let's get back to this match.
Yes, I'm sorry, derailed it. I'm so sorry.
So Roman, as they cut this promo, they cut to the crowd, and here comes Roman, literally limping up, like walking like. And then he climbs over the barricade, grabs a chair. Brock comes over, knocks him down. Mm-hmm. Roman gets in a little offense, tries to turn tables, but no, Brock gets the better of him. Takes him in the ring, beats him up again, Suplex City. Takes him on a point, knocks him to the stair rail, like everything like that. Gets back in the ring, knocks him on there again, and then literally goes up and strikes his pose where he's like,
what is this pose?
Beat your ass, beat your ass, beat your ass. Like it's kind of awesome. Good job. But he's probably the WrestleMania sign in. Roman's looking weak, and so I'll give WWE credit. They're trying to like get people behind Roman by showing him being weak and everything like that.
Are.
But it's like I don't know. I feel it's too little, too late.
Okay, how's his? Because we talked about this the last few times that we've seen Roman at the pay-per-views. He doesn't sell very well.
He doesn't.
Has that gotten any better since they're now giving him more opportunities to actually be, the underdog?
See, it's kind of interesting because like last week he got beat up, right?
Yeah.
And he had to be taken off in a stretcher. And there was one point Brock came out and knocked over the stretcher. And at that point it was just comical. But then goes to the Ram. This week he takes an even worse beating, you could say, by being knocked to the stairs. But then this week he walks off. And so it's like, really? So at this point, I'm starting to think people who watch anime are with me. I think Roman might be part Saiyan. Remember in Dragon Ball Z, there was that point during the Frieza saga, where if you beat a Saiyan, they would come back stronger like Vegeta did. Low key though, Brock is messing up because right now Roman gets stronger with each beating. So next week, he's going to get another beating, be that much stronger, and then at WrestleMania, his hair will turn blonde, and he'll be the chosen one.
Okay. So do the writers just hate him?
Who, Roman?
Yeah.
No, they have to love him because Vince loves him.
But if you're going to go ahead and be like, all right, we're not going to give you a stretcher. We're not going to have you wheeled out on a gurney. You're just going to have to hobble out. Make it look good. I
feel like they're just mailing it in right now. I feel like they don't want to. I feel like the writers don't want to write for Roman. I feel like they want to write for someone else. And right now they're just pretty much just mailing this in. Okay, but then, so that was that first segment. Okay. And then after that, we're going to talk about, it won't be in order, we're just going through every single segment. And then we had Sasha faking heel. So Sasha Banks and Bayley are backstage, and they've been having some drama going back and forth where Bayley doesn't feel that Sasha doesn't feel Bayley's got her back, and Bayley brings up the whole point about the Elimination Chamber where Sasha gave her like a sick kick and everything like that, a turn on her, and then it gets to a point where Bayley's like, I feel you don't respect me, I feel like you think I'm the same level as you, and Sasha's like, I'm a what'd she say, 4-time women's WWE champion, whatever, and then Bayley says, "Where's your belt now?" And then at that point, Bayley walked away. And then at that point, Sasha gave her them hands and went to work. So at this point, knocked her to the locker. They're brawling. They're going at it. Blah, blah, blah. Jumps from behind. Then refs had to come pull Sasha off. So now it looks like at WrestleMania, we're going to finally get Sasha Banks versus Bayley.
All right. I'm actually excited now then.
How come?
Yeah. I like them too. I like those two together. I really do. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that because I know you've been gone for a while, but one of the matches of the year was an NXT match where Sasha Banks and Bayley fought for the NXT Championship, and it was one of the best nights of one of the best matches of the year, and it was the closeout match of that NXT pay-per-view. So legitimately, you're putting two people with great ring chemistry in the ring together at WrestleMania. They can definitely deliver. They can tell a story with this.
Yeah.
Honestly, my only critique of this is I feel everything's like a little bit too compact. We have one more Raw before we go to WrestleMania. I feel like a lot of these storylines are a little bit too jam-packed. They need a little bit more room to breathe. Like in New Japan, like remember we talked about the Golden Lovers?
Yes.
And how there's been a story that's like taking like years to like get to this culminating point. They know how to let the storyline breathe, whereas WWE is like a short story. Or like almost like a choose your own adventure. Like we gotta go. And it's like, oh, they don't like this, change it. And so I kind of feel like right now we're rushing to WrestleMania.
Okay.
Where I do like the storyline. I'm looking forward to this match with those two. But I wish it just had a little more room to breathe.
Yeah. Oh, well. Do you think end at WrestleMania? Did they actually try to like carry it beyond that?
So the traditional format for WrestleMania is that after WrestleMania, new storylines are supposed to begin.
Yeah.
In fact, there'll also be a draft. So it has a lot of mixings to end because they could like be drafted to different rosters, which would be another good way for it to end. Let's see, but I also say it was Sasha faking heel in a way because I kind of feel with this, the way this all played out, I feel like they don't want Sasha to actually become a heel. I feel like they just want her to be like, have some aggression going to this, but they don't actually want her to be heel though.
Like a heel, but with an asterisk.
There it is, exactly. It's like kind of.
Just for now, but then we're gonna like.
Afterwards, we're gonna send you back to TRL.
We're just kidding. There
it is.
Don't even worry. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think if this was just the starting point, that could be really, really cool.
Oh, my correction. I'm sorry. Craig, thank you for correcting me. Sasha Banks and Bayley didn't close the show at NXT TakeOver. It was Owen Balor. Sorry about that. Thanks for pointing out, Craig. But they did steal the show, though. But all right. Then after that, Braun came out to beat up Sheamus again. They announced they announced that Braun needs a tag team partner. They still haven't revealed who it is, but the announcers did kind of like drop some clues and hints that it may be Elias, that he may be choosing Elias. So there's that. And so, did you know what happened exactly?
No.
So pretty much they had a tag team battle royale to figure out who would face Sheamus and Cesaro at WrestleMania, the bar, and Braun entered by himself and beat up all the tag teams and won. And so for a moment there, it looked like Braun was going to fight them for the tag team championship by himself. But WWE has come out and said that he does need a partner. So now they're trying to figure out who his partner is going to be. Pretty much the announcers have kind of hinted that it's going to be.
And regulations. And see, listen, I'm for little government in WWE. I really am. It's just how I feel about it. But I'm sorry, continue.
So right now the debate is like, so right now there's a debate going on online. A lot of people, like the WWE was pretty much just trying to storyline where it's going to be Elias. But there's a strong contingent who want James Ellsworth to come back and be his partner. Which me personally, KK brought this up like a couple of weeks ago. I kind of like the idea. James Ellsworth coming back, having another WrestleMania moment, being kind of comical, I think would kind of fit.
I don't hate that.
They started their career together in a way.
Yeah.
So that'd be dope. Okay, then after that, we had this cool little segment with Triple H and Steph. So we've talked about this before, about how Triple H and Steph are first saying Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
And something about this, so you look at this like, okay, Stephanie is a businesswoman. How exactly is this all going to play out? So during the whole segment, it's them like cross-training, like doing CrossFit. They're like doing wall
Wait,
balls,
is this
like
the scene from BBS where Batman is
Loki, no, that's pretty much it.
In
Triple H like
basement?
lift the weights, like Steph's like jumping rope. I'm like, okay, this is trying to get intense. So in the segment, Triple H talks about, I beat Kurt Angle. I beat him several times. Will be a different story. But they made a mistake with challenging us because the thing about they don't understand is this is our world. This is what we do. It's not the judo championships. It's not Olympic gold medals. This is our world. This is what we do. Stephanie is a McMahon. She's this. She's that. Blah blah blah. This is our world. Which they keep reiterating over and over again, trying to get this match over. So they're trying to get into our mind that Stephanie is an actual threat. What do you think?
Listen. If I had to pick any McMahon to fight, I'm going to pick Stephanie.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because I've got a shot at actually kicking her ass.
Oh, okay. I thought it was for you to fight. Okay,
yeah, for me to fight. No, not for anybody else. But
exactly,
no, but yeah, because I'm going to beat that ass. But if it was Linda, absolutely not. I'd fucking forfeit that shit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not taking on Mama McMahon.
You don't know what's behind those eyes. Like,
you know exactly what's behind those eyes. You know she stabbed a couple people in her lifetime. All right.
Like, you remember Zombie Linda?
No.
When she was in the wheelchair and
yes.
And she was just saying with those dead eyes, we're just like, you've killed a man. She's just like, the fuck did.
She's stabbed somebody and smiled while she's done it. I completely believe that, 100%. Shane and Vince, meh. But they've got size on me. That's the thing. Like they've got, they're taller. There's just more mass there. So that's why
I'd be scared to fight Shane because I feel like I would throw a punch and then he wouldn't be there, and I'm like, no, where did he go? And then we look at, oh god!
Let me look. Let me look this up. Shane McMahon height.
Net worth. Oh, never.
Net worth.
6'2".
He's 6'2".
6'2".
6'2", which means his dad's got to be like what, 6'3"?
6'4", probably.
Oh my god, what? No, see, and I'm only 5'5". Listen. I'm not saying that I'm not going to climb him like a tree and just fucking slap the shit out of him. I will. But I'm just saying that, like, ultimately, they might have the advantage over me. But Steph, I feel like, yeah, so I'm not scared of that. And especially if I'm Ronda fucking Rousey, I'm not going to be scared of that. Absolutely not.
Of course.
Absolutely
I'd give you
not.
that. I would give you that. I would give you Steph in a fight. I would give Tony versus Steph. I'd bet
I'm
$10
scrappy.
on you.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm a dirty fighter. I'm a cheater.
Just
all right,
keep
I
real
know
though.
that.
If it was Linda, I would put a video on Linda.
Oh, no. I would be like, we don't need to do this. I'm just going to like.
Tony, just fall. Tony, just take the 3 count, Tony. Tony, play possum. Don't get up. Tony, she got a knife. Run.
I'd stab my damn self before I let Linda do it. Like, no, I don't need that on YouTube for the rest of my life. Me just getting stabbed by an old woman. No.
With those dead eyes.
No, that's fine. She'd probably come out in the wheelchair to do it.
Probably, and she'd be fast as well. You wouldn't see it coming. Okay,
Respect,
so then after this, we immediately cut to Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey come out to the ring, and they start talking about how they're going to face them. And Ronda Rousey, I'll give her credit though. The problem is though she tries to cut a promo, like she says, Steph isn't really she's trust fund tough. It says lines like this, but the problem is though her delivery doesn't come off that strong. So yeah, and then after
do you think that's something that someone can like learn and develop over time, or is that just something that's like innate? Like it'll just never get past a certain point.
You know, I think she can learn it, but I think she just has they might as well feel like everyone has a personality, and their natural personality is what will shine in the ring.
Yeah.
When they do a character, the character's not always going to get over. So I feel with Ronda, I think she can grow and get better with over time. I think, again, just like we talked about earlier, I think it's just rushed. She just debuted about a few weeks ago and everything like that. She's got one of the biggest matches.
Wasn't this just like 3-4 weeks ago?
Exactly. So it's really early on. Like if you think about The Rock, who is arguably one of the greatest talkers of all time.
Oh my God.
When he first showed up as like Rocky Maivia and all this kind of stuff, he was a little bit rough. He grew into the role over time. So there's plenty of room to grow. Yeah. Well, and after this, Paige comes out with her girls' absolution. Paige is like, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. Says baby girl about 1,000 times. It gets kind of weird. But she's like, baby girl, you need help. You can't do this by yourself, baby girl. You need somebody who knows the business, baby girl. We should join us, baby girl. We'll help you, baby girl. Like, we know we should not be doing. And Ronda says, thank you. But
is she trying to help her or get with her?
That's a good question.
Okay.
That's a good question. Okay. But at this point, she's like, no, I trust Kurt. I'm going to stay with Kurt. We're going to do this. And then Paige Weaver said, well, if you're not with us, you're against us. And she sends her 2 hitch women after her.
Of course.
And then at that point, we get actually a pretty cool squash match.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Ronda goes to work, puts her in an R bar. Kurt has to like pull her off of everything like that. Like, puts Mandy Rose in that R bar and everything like that. Like, it was pretty legit.
Okay.
So it was a nice little squash match.
I got a question. Have we actually seen what her in-ring attire is going to be? Is this what it's always going to be? Just like the black pants with the
leather jacket and everything
and the
like
rowdy
that?
shirt? Yeah.
No, we haven't seen it yet. I am interested to see it myself. I agree with you. I'm interested to see how this is going to look. Like, if she'll come with like some UFC
because this is the only look she's ever been, that she's ever, or at least that I've seen.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. They haven't debuted it at all, so we don't know what it's going to look like yet.
Okay.
So, I'll agree. So, they might do like a Brock Lesnar thing, where it's like, she comes out kind of like, like in wrestling trucks, everything like that. So she'll probably do something along those lines.
Okay.
All right. Then after that, we go into the next match. What do we talk about next? Let's see here. Mickie James versus Nia Jax. Mickie comes out with Alexa Bliss. They get into like a little match and everything like that. Nia pretty much squashes her. Fakes like a little leg injury, and they leave Nia Jax in the ring crying. Not really excited for this. No, don't really care. I don't think anybody
Not
cares.
At all?
No.
Not like, just a...
Did you hear how this match... Do you know how the background story for this match?
I mean...
Alexa Bliss and Mickie James were in the background making fun of Nia Jax, calling her Cookie Buster and like all these like different things and whatnot, and now she's upset that her friends backstabbed her.
So it's a schoolyard fight.
It's a Mean Girls fight, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it either.
On Wednesdays, they wear pink. So yeah, there's that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. All right.
But later on,
but as much as you're not excited for it leading up to it, the potential for it in the ring, what do you think?
You know what? Nia Jax has consistently gotten better, and Alexa Bliss has consistently gotten better. They're really good friends. And a lot of times, good friends have excellent matches. It's a great example, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So they have potential for a really great match in Mania. So I'm looking forward to it. But the match that I'm really looking forward to in the women's division is Asuka versus Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
And Asuka came out tonight, had this awesome squash match. So they bring in this local talent, and you know how Asuka's thing is. It's like, like you should fear Asuka and everything like that. The girl gets out there, it's like, Asuka should fear me.
What? Who are you?
Right there, you see her? The silver-haired girl? Yeah.
Girl.
Female Quicksilver. So she gets in the ring, kid you not,
no,
kick to the face,
yes,
down on the ground, 1, 2, 3, and it's definitely going home. So it was an awesome squash match.
What is this?
So I give it a lot of credit. It was fun to see.
Ruffle thing that she's wearing. I'm sorry. Like, what is that? How am I supposed to fear you if you're wearing velvet ruffles? What is that about?
She looks so proper though. She looks like Triple H back when he was like proper Triple H. Hunter herself.
Oh, when he was still Hunter.
Exactly.
With his damn gray poupon, fucking loving ass. All right, cool.
All right. After that, we go to Miz TV. Miz comes out with the Miz Raj, and they're cutting a promo where Miz is getting mad at the Miz Raj, saying the champion's supporting me. You gotta know what you're supposed to be doing. And then at this point, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins come out. They try to add fuel to the fire. It looks like the Miz Raj is about to turn on Miz, but at the last moment, all three jump Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. They give them a beating, start attacking each other. Then Seth Rollins and Finn Balor try to get the edge, just managed to push him out the ring. But it was all ruse just to like get a jump to jump those guys. And so it's whatever.
It's whatever.
We see this we see this for the past 2 weeks. This exact same Miss TV episode where they all go out and end up getting to a Brawl match.
All right.
Let's see here. Later on.
Oh well, hang on. We got a couple of comments in the chat box here. Craig Anderson says, "I'd rather see Alexa Bliss, Bailey, and Sasha Banks at WrestleMania."
I agree. I agree.
A three-way. That would be. Yeah. When's the last time there was a three-way match at WrestleMania? It's been a minute.
A three-way triple threat. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Who?
Charlotte, Bailey,
Sasha Banks.
Oh, okay.
That was a triple threat. That was a quad because Nia Jax was in that match too. Because
Okay.
And then after that, there was another quad match for the women's title. So yeah, but that would be fun though. Like honestly, for me, if I want to see the women's match at WrestleMania that I would want to like pay money for, I'd want to see the Four Horsewomen. I don't want to see Sasha Banks. I don't want to see Becky Lynch. I don't want to see Bailey. I want to see Charlotte Flair duke it out. Because again, those are the Four Horsewomen. I feel like they would tear down the house. But I feel like WWE is saving that for a future date.
Saving it? Okay. For something else other than WrestleMania?
Well, they do have Ronda Rousey, so they need something for her to do. And they have Oscar right now, they need something for her to do.
I guess.
And they have Nia Jax, they need something for her to do.
Absolutely. But Hackman says, I was worried Charlotte would be out of Mania when they announced her injury today.
Ooh. You know what? Thanks for putting that out, Hackman. We're going to look into that right now. We'll get back to you in a second.
Well, she's not going to be in the mixed title match.
The mixed match challenge? Okay, so it seems like they're going to give her time to heal before she makes it to before WrestleMania, kind of like they do with AJ Styles, which is smart. Thanks, Hackman. And then Matt says Carmella should have cashed in since Charlotte is hurt. You know what? I got to be honest though. I think Carmella's going to cash in soon. They keep hitting at it. I don't think it's going to be WrestleMania, but I think she's getting ready to cash in soon.
What's the next one after WrestleMania?
The next one after WrestleMania, Money in the Bank. Oh. And you can't have Money in the Bank going into Money in the Bank. It's kind of weird, so she's going to have to cash in pretty soon.
Okay.
All right. See here. After that, Oscar squash match, Miz TV fake out. Later on, the Miz Raj fight the Club in a tag team match. I'm going to treat this like the WWE. You don't need to talk about that. We'll move on. All right. But seriously, though, they're just like, I don't know why. It's honestly a filler match. I don't know why they're doing it. This is wasting time. But this leads into Elias versus Rhino. And as Elias is facing Rhino, the two beefy, almost like, the two beefiest guys would be Rusev and Rhino, but they're two beefy guys themselves. They have a decent match. Elias gets the win. But mostly this is all set up for the commentary of them saying how Elias might tag with Braun at WrestleMania. So that was cool.
Okay.
Let's see what else we have, though. So then we have John Cena and Undertaker. So the close of the night, we have John Cena and Undertaker. They have so John Cena and Kane have a match where they're going back and forth. It's a no disqualification match. And what's cool is John Cena does some of the Undertaker spots. He does the whole rise up and does a couple of the spots, everything like that, trying to get a reaction out of the Undertaker.
Okay.
He gets the win off Kane, pins him, goes on the table, gives him the pin, 1, 2, 3, and then after that he gets on the mic and starts cutting a promo. He's like, "You're a coward. You're disrespecting the fans. They come here and chant your name, Undertaker." The crowd starts chanting Undertaker, everything like that, and pretty much makes his face about how you need to be a man, how you need to face up, how you need to give me a yes or a no. I need an answer. And he's pretty much trying to like get the crowd behind him by saying he's disrespecting the fans and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Which for me, I'm not really a fan of because Roman Reigns did the exact same thing with Brock Lesnar. When he says, "You're a part-timer. You're disrespecting the fans." Yeah. I'm like, you know these guys that took a piss of my cereal, so I don't really feel disrespected. I feel the disrespect to you. I don't know why you're involving me. But, okay. No. How do you feel?
Listen. I hate this entire matchup. I hate the entire lead up to it. if anybody had told me that this is what WrestleMania was going to be like when people were like, hey, what do you think about trying to jump back into wrestling? I'd be like, yeah, great. But if somebody had been like, okay, but listen, for real though, it's going to be John Cena and Undertaker at WrestleMania, I honestly would have probably just been like, maybe I just not try to like jump back into this, to be quite honest, just because this is bullshit. I don't like the match. I don't like anything about it. I really don't. And the fact of what they're doing with Cena, where it's like, now you're going to go after him for being a part-timer, I'm sorry. How the fuck?
How is a part-timer going to call out another part-timer?
Yeah! For real.
It's kind of hypocritical.
And not only that, but like, let's not act like the Undertaker hasn't been here for literally decades. Like, literally, like, as I was being born. Like, dudes, I'm well into my fucking 30s. Like the Undertaker's career is maybe, like, when did he start?
Oh, way back,
not even, but even then, like, just in the WWE, it was like
years ago. Like, yeah, he's been wrestling for decades now.
I'm a smidge older than that guy's WWE career. Yeah, a smidge older, and I'm old as fuck. So how the fuck are you gonna go ahead and be like, oh, you fucking part timer? Like somehow it's just like some fucking up and comer that hasn't been put in his time.
That's like boo Tony.
Whatever. Why? Because you were excited to see fucking John Cena and Undertaker together? No, dude. Like, there were so many other... like.
See, here's the thing. I agree with you. Go ahead.
John Cena shouldn't be fighting Undertaker. There's nothing about that matchup that excites me. See, nothing whatsoever.
And I agree with you because I think the problem with it is, though, is they're built to it. Like, John Cena should have done this 6 weeks ago. And then we should have got something from the Undertaker, which should be like a note or a message or like some type of message like, you haven't earned it.
Yeah.
And then he would have to do something to earn it. Where he's like, you know what? Why should I fight you? You've lost this match. You've lost this match. How have you earned the right to face me? And think about this, if you want to face me, then I need to see you become stronger. I need to see you become more aggressive. I need to see your ruthless aggression. And when he brings back that old John Cena, where he's actually like, again, I'm not saying turn heel at all.
No, you don't have to.
But again, if he brought that ruthless aggression and went back to that, that's what they need to do. So let's think, if they did something like that, I'd be way more excited for this match. But I agree with you.
There's no chemistry. There's the storyline isn't there. It's just pretty much like, well, who are the two biggest guys that we still have that are available to go ahead and do this? Cena and Undertaker.
Honestly, this match probably could have happened last year because last year we had John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and what's his Miz's wife name? Junior? Maurice. And that's when he proposed to Nikki Bella and everything like that. So maybe this match should have happened last year because, I mean, to be honest with you, I do want to see John Cena versus Undertaker.
Do you?
Well, the reason why is because, again, it's two of our biggest superstars, but I want to see them with a good story. And the problem with it is, though, is that right now it feels rushed. In addition to that, though,
feels like, though?
John Cena only has a few more WrestleManias left in him.
It feels like the old WWF video game.
How so?
Where you would just, like, it was like their 20, 30 biggest, like, superstars, and it was like, you could literally just match up, like, people that were just never in the ring together, or just, like, oh, we don't get to see it. Like, you could fucking, team up, I don't know, Ultimate Warrior and Doink the Clown. I don't know if that matchup has ever happened, but like you could do that just because you were just like, I want to see this happen. But it was just like, this is what it feels like. It's just like, I want to see it happen. Why? Because I just want to see it happen. Okay. Cool. So it's not exciting me, and I'm not going to hold any against anybody if they are excited for it. I just sort of feel like there's no chemistry between these two. There's no legit history behind it either to kind of like you right now can't tell me like, oh, this storyline because, this happened here and then that happened there and that's why they've got beef and they've got, this tension and history behind them.
Not at all. None. And I agree with you. This is what we talked about earlier about like how like in New Japan they'll do a storyline that like feeds in, that like goes over a period of time. That like builds to something. And think about this, with this one, it's rushed. Yeah. And then and then we'll go to the comments really quickly. So Matt's a big John Cena fan. Says boo Tony, says let's go Cena.
Listen, Tony, I love Cena. Listen, I love, like, I've seen Cena and I've seen him at WrestleManias before. He's fucking amazing. However, it's so important to get, an opponent that it's important for the in-ring chemistry that you actually take care to go ahead and match him up with someone that is, you relevant. Just can't just throw in, two names just because you're like this guy and that guy. Like, that's what fucking house shows are for, to be quite honest. I mean, that's not for WrestleMania.
I feel you. All right, so we got to go to SmackDown now. We have a few minutes left. Fine. Oh, by the way, there's also a 205 match, 205 live match on Raw, and it looks like they're building up for the championship for WrestleMania. Well, so there was that match. It was pretty good. A little bit of flipping and everything like that. But let's get to SmackDown. Okay, so our SmackDown. We started off the night with...
Wait. Craig, listen. He says, Tony, I can tell you've been out of wrestling for a while. When Cena had his first match in WWE, The Undertaker shook his hand. Okay?
He did. He said, good match, kid.
Okay.
That was like, yeah.
What's happened in between that first match and now that would actually go ahead and fuel like some kind of storyline as to why these guys are headlining WrestleMania? That's a legit question. That's not me trying to come at you. Like, I would really love to know if you educate me, please. Because as of right now, this guy can't do it. Junior, can you tell me anything that might go ahead and... No? Okay, great. Josh?
You said drop it, let it go.
Magnum? Anybody? No? Okay, great.
I understand.
I'm done. No, it's not.
I'm not excited for this match either. I'm not looking forward to it. I've already said, well, yeah. And Craig's going for it, though. Craig's coming at you, bro. Okay.
Undertaker and John Cena had a great match at 2003 Vengeance. Okay, 2003, 15 years ago.
I'm sorry, Craig.
No, I'm not trying to.
All right, we gotta go to SmackDown real quick.
Go. I'm not stopping you.
Okay, so on SmackDown, we opened up with Rusev, Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, and Bobby Roode. Tag team match, Rusev and Jinder versus Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. It was a quick match, and what was cool about this is that Randy Orton was tagging with Bobby Roode, but he turned on Bobby Roode, gave him the RKO, and then immediately after that, Rusev hits him with the Machka kick, goes down, gets the 1-2-3 on Randy Orton, and now Rusev Day is going to be in WrestleMania in a fatal four-way match for the United States Championship, which I'm excited for.
Nice.
That I'm excited for because out of all these three, I've talked about this before, Rude is kind of a heel. Randy Orton is a heel, and then Jinder's a heel, and a person who's been playing a heel but is actually a face, Rusev, I hope he wins. Because we need a face in that match. I think people are going to be crazy. So WrestleMania's going to be crazy with Rusev Day chants. Okay.
I'm excited for that, yeah.
After that, we had Becky Lynch had a match against Ruby Riott. Lynch got the one with the roll up. That was okay. Again, both of these ladies are going to be in the women's not Royal Rumble, the women's Battle Royale. So that'll be cool. But then after this, we got a really cool promo. Daniel Bryan comes out. Last week, he just fired Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And he comes out this week and says, well, you know what? I'm going to give them one more chance. So here's the thing. Even though they attacked me, even though this, I'm going to give them one more chance to earn their jobs back. They're going to have a match against me and Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. And if they win, they get their jobs back. Whoa. But here's the thing. This isn't the Daniel Bryan who's going to WrestleMania. This is Daniel Bryan who's going to WrestleMania to kick their asses. And he made a point to get that across. And I'm like, all right, that's Daniel Bryan. Okay. He's ready to get in the ring. He's ready to put in that work. So that was awesome. That was exciting. After that, the Bludgeon Brothers had a match with the New Day. It was really cool. The Usos came out and interfered, disqualifying the match, and then they all got into like a little bit of a tiff, and then the ring was cleared by the Bludgeon Brothers, and it was announced that at WrestleMania we're getting a triple threat match for the tag team belt. So it'll be the Usos versus New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers.
Okay.
After that, we had Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. So Dolph Ziggler, who just went through all this contract stuff, who laid down the United States Championship, is now pretty much having matches with Tyler Breeze, singles matches. No storyline, nothing at all. He won, of course. And they announced Dolph Ziggler will also be in the Battle Royale. So I kind of feel sad for Dolph Ziggler right now. I feel like they're wasting his talent. Okay. And I feel like he went through all this stuff and made all this contract negotiations and whatnot. Yeah. And it feels like they're wasting him. So I'm hoping that after WrestleMania, they get a good storyline going for him. Last thing was the end of the night with Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Shelton Benjamin, which was really cool because afterwards, Shinsuke said, I didn't invite you down to, so he invited AJ Styles to the match. He's like, I didn't invite you out here to help me. I didn't need your help. I invited you out here because I want you to see what I'm going to do to you at WrestleMania. Which is like, damn,
can't
Shinsuke.
Move. Done.
And then AJ replied back, like, we're going to tear the house down. You won't beat me, and we're having an amazing match. After that, they both got attacked by Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. They ended up clearing the ring, but Shinsuke hit it and hit him with the Kinshasa. And it kind of built the tension right there. So I'll give this credit, though. SmackDown is low-key starting to become the A show because they're building their storylines a little bit better than Raw is.
I see that. No, totally. I mean, you seem to be a lot more excited about that than... with the exception of what's happening with Dolph. Which, by the way, if you had to go ahead and, apparently they're just wasting him, what would you want to happen after WrestleMania with Dolph?
For Dolph? Good question. I don't want to see him get into a legit storyline, and he's trying to play the heel, but honestly, I feel Dolph Ziggler actually works a little bit more as a face. Okay. Last year, he went feuding for the Intercontinental Championship with The Miz, and it was one of his better storylines he's had, and he was a face as it. So I actually want to see him going back to being a face, going back to being that cocky, fun, confident Ziggler, okay. And I want to see him get in a feud with a legit heel. So maybe after.
So who would that legit heel be? In a perfect world, in Johnny's world.
In a perfect world, I would see him have a legit feud with somebody and have some fun with it. Somebody he could actually play off of well. He probably need to go to. If he stayed on SmackDown, probably Kevin Owens.
Okay.
Because Kevin Owens, they could have some really good verbal play going back and forth. Kevin Owens could call him washed up, a has been, so on and so forth, and that would get some good mic skills out of Dolph Ziggler. So Kevin Owens would be good enough for him.
Okay.
You?
I'm not invested in Dolph Ziggler like that. I'm sorry. I'm not. I have nothing against him. I'm just he's just one of those guys for me that it's just
to be honest with you,
Dolph. Dolph's doing his thing. Dolph.
I agree with you. I think Craig says it best. When Dolph needs to leave WWE, he'll be treated much better. I think if he went on the independent circuit with this place like New Japan, he'd get a lot more respect and he'd be in better storylines.
But how long is that contract for now?
Well, that was the thing, though. He was actually, everyone thought that was going to happen, but he just signed a new contract, and the contract is a multi-year deal. So he's going to be there for a while. So now we just have to hope WWE gives him some respect. Okay, so that's it from us. So do us a favor. So tune in next week. We're going to be talking about a lot of cool stuff. We'll, of course, review Raw and Smackdown. But we're also going to do a quick segment. We'll talk about how we would fix 205 Live. If you haven't heard, Triple H is releasing taking over the management of the show. So we're going to talk about how we would fix 205 Live. And so, Tony, can you tell me where to find you at?
You guys can find me at the Tony Sanchez, Tony with an I, Sanchez with a Z.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at JohnnyP313. Thank you guys for watching. This has been In the Ring. See you next week.
Boy.